Hello everyone, Splenda here, and today I'm here to show you how to make a piston-powered elevator in Minecraft. Now, if you're familiar with my videos, you have no doubt seen me use this before in previous ones. And let me go ahead and demonstrate this for you in case you haven't seen it before. Now see, it's just I would say it's simple. It kind of is. It's one of the more simple things you can build with redstone. Anyway, I followed a tutorial that Captain Sparkles made, and I think he followed a tutorial that someone else did, or followed someone else's design. As you can see, I've kind of peeled away some of the blocks, or at least as much as I could, without compromising the structure itself. So I'll go ahead and tell you some of the perimeters of this. I believe it's 7 blocks deep this way, and then it is 6 blocks wide, and then however tall you'd like to make it. This one goes up to there, and then on top of that is built my zipper elevator, which I'll do another tutorial on that. This one's a lot more simple, so if you can do this one down here, then you can you can have no problem building this one here. This one was a lot quicker to build than this one down here. Anyway, so we're going to go over to a clear spot so we can have a nice fresh place to build this, and I'm going to need an elevator built in here anyway because this is part of my TARDIS project. If you'd like to go see more details about that, if you're a Doctor Who fan, check out my Minecraft Specials playlist linked on my channel in the featured playlist. So let's go ahead and get started. So we'll go ahead and we'll just kind of mark off the ground here. So it's going to be, what do we say? It was 6 blocks wide, right? It's 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're not going to build it in flush with the TARDIS because I'm going to build this. I know I said I really actually need to build one in here, but I'm going to build this, the different layers with different colored wool, so it's a little easier to tell what we're working on at a time. Anyway, there we go. We have that filled in. So we'll want to start with, what do we want to start with? We could start with the sides, I suppose. We can do orange. Let's do orange, shall we? And I want to start from the back side. And I believe this goes all the way out to the end. So we'll do that. And it's a simple pattern you want to follow with the sides. And it is much easier to build in creative mode. So that's basically what you want to do. That's your pattern there. And you just remember, it's 3. And then you go up diagonal. And you can make it as tall or as short as you want. We're just doing a short little demonstration one, so we're not going to go too crazy with this. There we go. That's fine. All right, after finishing that side, you want to come over to this side, and they have to be, this side has to be one up from the other, because the pistons themselves are going to be staggered as you go up. All right, so you're going to have one piston like that, a sticky piston, and then you're going to have one piston like that. So you'll have this piston here that'll push it out, and then this piston will push up. And as I do that in succession, as it goes up, they'll boost you up. And then this will go off, and then this will be able to pull it back in. That's essentially what we're trying to accomplish. Those are our sides built up. Now we want to go ahead and work on the guts here. Alright, next what we want to do is in line with these blocks here. You'll want to come in 1, and then we're just going to make a wall. We're going to fill in our pistons in a second, but we're just going to go ahead and fill in this whole thing first. Actually, I guess for the wall we can use a different color. This is going to be the most beautiful elevator ever made. I might keep this anyway because it's just rainbow elevator. It's beautiful. All right. All right, after you have your solid wall built, you want to go through and punch in holes like how I have here. You'll want to start facing from the front of your elevator, start with the right, and then go up. And I say right because that is how we have this built. Because your redstone is going to start right here. So it's going to power this block down here first. This one is going to start up here, so it's going to power this one up here first. So, all right. So you want to start that, and then go ahead and put in your sticky pistons. All right, once your sticky pistons are placed, you want to go ahead and in front, or in those parts in between, you want to stick out another one. And I guess while you're doing it, this way you don't have to go through and redo that. You can go ahead and put in your, I hate this fly mod. Okay, I need to recalibrate everything. You can go ahead and put in your non-sticky pistons, your regular pistons. And then just kind of alternate as you go up. Alright, now that you have that done, you need to go through and put, I believe, yes, that is right. You want to go along this wall here and then extend out the blocks you have here. So space them in between the pistons. Alright, so I believe that is, oh, and you'll want to have a piston here. Non-sticky piston. You want it there. Okay. That is our main structure. Now we can move on with the redstone. Alright, so let's go ahead and wire up the sides first. It's fairly simple. We're just going to lay our redstone first, and we'll go through and place our repeaters. You want to layer your redstone on here and then leave the last block. That's going to feed, we're going to put a repeater there, and that's going to feed power to this block, which will, you know, power everything else. You know how it goes. Alright. So you want to have the repeater facing this block, so it's pointing towards it. And let's see. I believe they are one click. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. It's been so long since I've made it, I had to take the thing apart and figure out exactly how I had this thing built again. So you want to just put those in there. Alright, so now that we have our redstone on the sides laid out, let's go ahead and work out the stuff on for the pistons on the inside. Alright, so what you want for these pistons, on each of these alternating blocks, you'll want a repeater facing outwards. But you do not want to do any clicks. It's no ticks, it's just normal. So alright, so now that you have that up, you'll want to go through and put yourself solid blocks up here, all the way up. Because what this will do, when we wire up the back, that will feed power through to this, and that will feed power to this block here, which will feed power to these pistons when they're pushed out, and that's what will push them up. There we go. And we'll just extend this out a little bit. Oops. Anyway, so we have that taken care of. Let's go ahead and work on the back. Alright, so here on the back, you'll want to, let's grab another color. Which let's do red. We don't need you anymore. Alright. And you'll want to alternate like this, but these are also, you want to extend it out too. These are going to be too deep. And you'll just want to do it in between the pistons is all it is. Okay. And then you'll want to put your redstone repeaters. Let me take a look at my notes. I believe the one on the inside here is going to be 3. So basically all the way out. And I believe this one is 0. So you want to do 3 and 0. Now I think this is one of the parts that differs from Captain Sparkle's version. And I think he does 2. I don't remember. I think he does a different number of clicks, but both of them work. So if you watch his tutorial as well and you get a different thing, you know, whatever, just try whatever you want, your own preference. I found the 3 clicks works for me just fine. Come on, there we go. All right. Okay. Another side note, this elevator, and I don't think the zipper one works either, but at least on my server they don't. These don't work on multiplayer servers. I mean, I don't know if that is, you know, for everyone's server or if it's just, you know. Anyway, so the rest is simple. You just kind of link it all up with redstone. I believe I missed. There we go. Which I don't think I have. I don't have anything up here. That's okay. We're just going to get rid of this because I'm assuming we aren't really going to need it. Actually, we might. We'll find out. All right. When you have all that complete, you'll want to go ahead and you can test both sides. As you can see, they're not linked. But see, they're all working properly. And then whenever you send them back in, that's exactly what it should do. You just want to make sure that everything actually pulls the pistons back in. Because if it doesn't, that means your ticks are off somewhere. Good luck finding them. But that's all it means is your ticks are off. And depending on how tall you make it, you know, it could be a bit of a pain. But normally you can just kind of eyeball it and see, you know, what you're missing. Alright, so let me explain how I connected the 2 sections. So the purple wool is everything that I've added on, and the only thing that I've changed as far as the main structure goes, I've taken apart this one here. This is on the left side looking at it from the front, and it is the second block inwards. I have a repeater here for facing in, and it's not on any ticks, it's just normal, and that's supposed to power this block under here, which powers this piston here. That's your starter piston. Very, very important. Otherwise, it's not, your whole thing isn't going to work. Anyway, so now that we have, we should have everything working. All right, so you'll want to break this one here. I got rid of my repeater. I kind of need that still, don't I? Okay. Put yourself a repeater right there, and you want 2 clicks. Now, you want to go over to the other side, put a repeater there, and I think I have it set up as 1 click. We'll find out. Let me grab a glass block. Pick that up. Alright, now when you go to encase it, you'll want to make sure it's the front one. You only want enough room for just the 1 block there, 1 block deep, and then 2 wide. Enough, you know, for your pistons or whatever. But how this works is that the pistons kind of force pushing you up without hurting you, thank God. And if you don't have these glasses here, then it'll just push you out of the elevator instead of pushing you upwards. And you don't want that. Alright, so before we go ahead and test this out, I want to go ahead and let you know that if you stand either to one side or the other, it's not going to work. You'll press the button, it'll lift you up like, you know, a few blocks and then drop you. And that was a huge problem of mine when I first built it because it was never mentioned in the tutorial that I watched. So I thought for sure that I'd screwed something up, and I actually abandoned the project of it. It was completely done. I had done it all correct, but I had abandoned the project for a while, and I was just like, you know what? Whatever. I was about ready to demolish it, and I was like, well, let me try it one more time. And I figured out that you have to stand in the middle for it to work. Otherwise, it'll drop you. So test it out, and there you go. So we have the main structure built, but we are not done yet, my friends. All right. you have that done. This last one's gonna push you up, but instead of having it push you up, we can put in another piston. We'll want, actually, no, we don't need a piston there, do we? I believe we can use a block. I'm trying to remember how I did this. This was not in the tutorial that I saw. This is a feature that I added myself. Or I don't know, it might have been in the tutorial, but I might have stopped watching by then. Now, if I did this correct, and it should, there you go, pushes you out on safety blocks, so you're not dropped immediately back down. That's something I've yet to figure out how to do, or I just haven't gone through and worked it out on my zipper elevator. Anyway, so yeah, for that, it's just like what I did. You replace your piston on the very, very top that's exposed with just a solid block. That way it pushes you out onto your glass. And you'll want to make sure that this top section does not have glass in front of it. Otherwise, you know, it won't push you out. All right, so that is the my tutorial for a piston elevator. And if you just follow this tutorial, you shouldn't have any problems. Remember, if you do have any problems with pistons sticking out or not going back in or whatever, it's most likely you have your timings off. Very easy way to spot check these to make sure it's all working correctly is just go down the sides and you can kind of see, make sure that it matches like this. You want to have 1 click, no clicks, 3 clicks. And the 2-click one looks a lot, that's 2 clicks right there. So it looks a lot different from the 1 click. Alright, so if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for anything, any other tutorials you'd like me to make, or any new projects you would like me to work on, let me know. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you guys next time.